Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the NFL Scoreboard on this Sunday, October 4th, 2015, week number 4. I'm Peter Wiggins here. Let's start you off. Out in Denver, where the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning went off against Adrian Peterson and the Minnesota Vikings here. And the Denver Broncos got on the board first in the first quarter here on a field goal by Brian McManus at 33 yards, and it was 3-0 in favor of the Broncos here. And then Ronnie Hillman at 72-yard run to make it 10-0 in favor of the Broncos. And then McManus from 47 yards to make it 13-0 in favor of the Denver Broncos here. But then Vikings player Walsh gets a 30-yard field goal and was 13-3 in favor of the Broncos. And then Mike Walsh, a 4-yard pass from Teddy Bridgewater as the Broncos win an halftime break, leading it 13-10. And then Owen Daniels, a 1-yard pass from Peyton Manning to make it 20-10 in favor of the Broncos. But then, fourth quarter, Vikings go for 4-for-1 in the Denver 48. Paid off in a big way as Adrian Peterson 48-yard run as the Denver Broncos are holding on to a 2017 lead over the Minnesota Vikings here with around 7:32 left in the fourth quarter here. All right, let's cross to Arizona here, where the St. Louis Rams are squaring off against the Arizona Cardinals here. And the St. Louis Rams just got a late touchdown here. And now they lead the Arizona Cardinals by 9 points at 24-15 here as Tavon Austin, 12-yard pass for Nick Foles to make it 7-0 in favor of the Rams. And then Chandler Catanzaro, 21-yard field goal drive to make it 7-3 in favor of the Rams. And then Catanzaro again for 27 yards to make it 7-6. And then Greg Zuerlein, a 3-yard field goal drive to make it 10-6 Rams. And then Catanzaro, 42-yard field goal drive to make it 10-9 in favor of the Rams. And then Stedman Bailey, a 19-yard pass for Nick Foles to make it 17-9 in favor of the Rams. And then Chandler Catanzaro, 30-yard field goal drive to make it 17-12, Rams through 3. And then Catanzaro, 29-yard field goal drive to make it 17-15. And Reese to score Austin, 12-yard pass for Nick Foles to make it 24-15 in favor of the Rams. There as Nick Foles, 16 for 23 for 171 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Costa Palmer, 23 for 35 for 256 yards and no touchdowns here. And Peyton Manning, 15-23 for 185 yards for 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for Broncos. While Teddy Bridgewater, 24-37 for 233 yards and 1 touchdown here. Okay, let's hop on I-8 to San Diego, where the San Diego Chargers have a 27-19 lead on the Cleveland Browns. And Travis Coons, a 36-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in favor of the Browns. But then Keenan Allen, 20-yard pass on Philip Rivers to make it 7-3 in favor of the Chargers here. And then Duke Johnson, a 34-yard pass from Josh McCown to make it 10-7 Browns. And then after a pair of field goals by Josh Lambo from 46-45 yards to make it 13-10. And then Travis Coons, a 20-yard field goal drive to make it tied at 13 apiece here through 2 quarters. And then Coons, again from 33 yards, make it 16-13 in favor of the Browns. But then LaDarius Green, a 19-yard pass from Philip Rivers to make it 20-16 Chargers. And then Coons again from 4 yards in the fourth quarter to make it 20-19 Chargers. But then John Phillips, a 1-yard pass from Philip Rivers as the San Diego Chargers leading the Cleveland Browns 27-19 here with 3:03 left in the fourth quarter here. All right, up 1-1 down to San Francisco here, where the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers have a 17-3 lead on the San Francisco 49ers at Levi's Stadium in San Francisco here. And before that, we'll check As Philip Rivers 21 for 36 for 333 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Josh McCown 30 for 39 for 336 yards here. And now, Green Bay and San Francisco here. And we got a score update there in Denver, Minnesota game here. Blair Walsh gets a field goal, and now the game is tied at 20 apiece here. And now the highlights for the Green Bay San Francisco game. As Richard Rodgers, 9-yard press by Aaron Rodgers to make it 7-0 in favor of the Packers, and then Phil Dawson, 33-yard field goal drive to make it 7-3 Packers, and then John Keenan, 1-yard run to make it 14-3 Packers, and then Mason Crosby, a 31-yard field goal drive. As Green Bay Packers are leading the San Francisco 49ers 17-3 here. As Aaron Rodgers at 22 for 32 for 224 yards and a touchdown, while Colin Kaepernick 12 for 23 yards, 152 yards, and 1 INT. All right, let's take a look at the early games here as the New York Giants and the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins squared off out at Wembley Stadium in London, England this morning in the States, while this afternoon in London, England here, as the Jets defeated the Miami Dolphins 27-14 here. As Chris Harvey, a 3-yard run to make it 7-0 in favor of the Jets. And then Folk from 22 yards make it 10-0 in favor of the Jets. And Nick Folk again from 4 yards in the second quarter to make it 13-0 in favor of the Jets. And then Jake Stonebrunner, a 8-yard pass from Ryan Tannehill, make it 13-7 in favor of the Jets. And then Eric Decker, 10-yard pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick to make it 27 in favor of the Jets. And then Zach Stacy, a 2-yard run to make it 27-7 in favor of the Jets. And then Kenny Stills, a 10-yard pass from Ryan Tannehill as the New York Jets defeat the Miami Dolphins 27-14 here. As the Jets go to 3-1, while Dolphins fall to 1-3 here. Alright, out in Indy where Matt Hasselbeck taking over for starting quarterback Andrew Luck with an injury, but the Colts had no problem with Hasselbeck as they defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars in overtime, 16-13 in OT here. As Adam Vinatieri kicks a 54-yard field goal drive to make it 3-0 in favor of the Colts, and then Jason Myers, a 20-yard field goal to drive to tie at 3, and then Allen earns an 8-yard pass from Blake Bortles to make it 10-3 in favor of the Jags, and then Kobe Fleener, a 2-yard pass from Matt Hasselbeck to make it 10-10 to score, and then Myers 32-yard field goal drive to make it 13-10 for the favor of the Jaguars here. And then in the fourth quarter, Adam Vinatieri, a 32-yard field goal drive to tie at 13, and twice a yard field goal from Adam Vinatieri wins it for the Colts, 16-13 winners over the Colts, as the Colts go to 2-2, while the Jags go to fall to 1-3 in the season here. And we got another score alert to report. Cleveland Browns have a touchdown here. As Josh McCown gets it to Gary Bainbridge for a yard, and it's 27-25. Browns trail the Chargers here. And Matt Hasselbeck 30 for 47 for 282 yards, 1 touchdown, while Blake Bortles at 20 for 50 for 298 yards and 1 interception here. Alright, let's Buffalo here, where the New York Giants square off against the Buffalo Bills and Rex Ryan here. As the Giants beat the Buffalo Bills 24-10 here. As Josh Brown gets a 47-yard field goal drive to make it 3-0 in favor of Johnson. And Dan Carpenter ties it with a 51-yard field goal drive to make it 3-3 to score here. And then Dwayne Harris has 21-yard pass by Eli Manning kick failed. 9-3 Giants. And then Randall. And then Ruben Randall, 11-yard pass by Eli Manning make it 16-3 in favor of the Giants. Through halftime here. And then Carlos Williams, a 23-yard pass from Tyree Taylor make it 16-10 Giants. And then Rashad Jennings, a 51-yard pass by Eli Manning. The New York Giants beat the Buffalo Bills 24-10. The Giants go to 2-2 while the Bills fall to 2-2 in the season here. Down in Tampa Bay here. As Eli Manning had 20 for 35 for 212 yards and 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, while Tyrod Taylor 28 for 42 yards and 274 yards and 1 TD and 1 pick here. Meanwhile, out in Carolina here, where the Carolina Panthers defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 37-23 to stay unbeaten here. As Graham Gainer kicks its 24-yard field goal drive to make it 3-0 in favor of the Panthers here. And then interception return here from Josh Norman to make it 10-0 in favor of the Panthers. And then Kyler wins a 42-yard field goal drive to make it 10-3 Panthers in the first quarter. And then second quarter, Ted Ginn 60-yard pass from Cam Newton to make it 17-3 Panthers. And then Doug Martin in a 5-yard run to make it 17-10 Panthers. And then a fumble recovery here from Dixon to make it 24-10 in favor of the Panthers. And then 12-yard pass from Cam Newton and Ted Ginn to make it 31-10 in favor of the Panthers. And then Charles Sims, a 10-yard pass from Winston to make it 31-17 Panthers here. And then Gainer kicks a pair of 27-yard field goals to make it 37-17 in favor of the Panthers in the fourth quarter. And then Vincent Jackson, a 60-yard pass from Jameis Winston kick failed as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose to the Carolina Panthers 37-23 as they fall to 1-3 while the Panthers 4-0 in the season here. As Cam Newton 11-22 for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns while Jameis Winston 26 for 43 for 2 TDs and 4 interceptions here. All right, up in Washington here, where the Washington Redskins squared off against the Philadelphia Eagles here. And Dustin Hopkins gets a pair of field goals in the first quarter to make it 6-0 in favor of the Redskins here. And then Kirk Cousins barrels in for a yard to make it 13-0 in favor of the Redskins here. But then Eagles make this interesting here as Bradley Cooper, a 63-yard pass from Sam Bradford kick failed 13-6. Redskins. And then Brent Slack, a 10-yard pass from Bradford to 13 piece, and then Dustin Hopkins 32-yard field goal to make it 16-13 Redskins. And then Miles Austin, a 39-yard pass from Sam Bradford to make it 20-16 Eagles. And then Pierre Guston, a 4-yard pass from Cousins as the Redskins defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 23-20 to make it 2-2 in the season. The Redskins, while the Eagles drop to 1-3 as Kirk Cousins 31 for 46 for 290 yards, 1 touchdown, while Sam Bradford 15 for 20 for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns here. Out in Chicago here, where the Chicago Bears had Jay Cutler back, and he was in real form as they beat the Oakland Raiders by a 2 points, 22-20 here. And the Bears got on the board first, and then Eddie Royal 7-yard pass from Jay Cutler to make it 7-0 and 6-0 in favor of the Bears kick block. But then the Raiders, Amari Cooper 26-yard pass from Derek Carter to make it 7-6 Raiders. And then Ray Yellow, a 4-yard pass from Derek Carr. And all of a sudden, the Raiders have a 14-6 lead. And then Martellus Bennett, a 5-yard pass from Jay Cutler to make it 14-13 Raiders. And then Robbie Gould, a 19-yard field goal to make it 16-14 Bears at halftime. And then Jaden Caskey, a 29-yard field goal to make it 17-16 Raiders. And then Gould, 54-yard field goal to make it 19-17 Bears. And then Jaden Caskey, 41-yard field goal to make it 20-19 favor the Raiders. And then Robbie Gould, a 49-yard field goal as the Chicago Bears get that first win of the season with a 22-20 win over the Raiders as they go to 2-2 season, while the Raiders drop to 1-3. Down in Atlanta here, where the Atlanta Falcons trounced all over the Houston Texans 48-21 here. As Matt Ryan, 19 for 27 for 256 yards, a 1 touchdown ball. Brian Hoyer, 17 for 20 with 32 for 2 touchdown ball. Ryan Mallett, 12 for 27 for 150 yards and 1 interception here. And the Falcons got on the board first on a Devonta Freeman 16-yard run to make it 7-0 in favor of the Falcons. And then Freeman again for 23 yards to make it 14-0 in favor of the Falcons. And then Desmond Trufant, a 24-yard fumble return to make it 21-0 in favor of the Falcons. And then London Hankerson, a 3-yard pass from Matt Ryan to make it 28-0 Falcons. And then Devonta Freeman, a 6-yard run again. It's 35-0 Falcons there. Freeman had a great day rushing. 14 for 68 for 3 touchdowns ball. He had 5 receptions for 81 yards as he was a good player today. And then Terran Ward, 8-yard run to make it 42-0 Falcons for the 3. And Falcons are looking good for the 3 quarters, but Texans wouldn't go down without a fight as C.J. Federer said 5-yard pass from Brian Hoyer to make it 21-42-7 Falcons. And then Chris Polk, a 1-yard run to make it 42-14 in favor of the Falcons. And then Cecil Shorts, a 8-yard pass to make it 42-21 in favor of the Falcons. But then the Falcons sailed the victory on a Nate Super 84-yard fumble return as the Falcons crushed the Texans 48-21 to go to 4-0 in the season, while the Texans dropped to 1-3 in the season here. Alright, down in Cincinnati here, where the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dolphins also 4-0 in the season with a 36-21 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs here. As Jeremy Hill, a 8-yard run in the first quarter to make it 7-0 for the Bengals here. And then Kyle Sanders, a 23-yard field goal drive to make it 7-3 Bengals. And then Gibson Bernard, 13-yard run to make it 14-3 in favor of the Bengals. And then Kyle Santos, 3 field goals in the second quarter, 1 from 51 and another from 34 yards to make it 14-12 in favor of the Bengals. And then Brandon Tate, 55-yard pass from Andy Dalton to make it 21-12 Bengals. And then Santos, a 40-yard field goal to make it 21-15 Bengals. And then 5-yard run by Jeremy Hill makes it 20-15 in favor of the Bengals here. And then Kyle Santos, 29-yard field goal to make it 28-18. And then Hill again, 1-yard run to make it 36-18 in favor of the Bengals. And then Kyle Santos, 51-yard field goal as the Bengals go to 4-0 season with a 36-21 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs here. As Andy Dalton, 17 for 24 for 321 yards and 1 touchdown here. Jeremy Hill, 9 attempts for 40 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Alex Smith, 31 for 45 for 386 yards here. Alright, previewing tonight's Sunday night game. Dallas Cowboys, who the New England Patriots will face next Sunday down in Big D at 2-1, as they will square off against New Orleans Saints, who are 0-3 in the season here, as Tony Romo is out. So total yards per game, 3.7 yards for the Cowboys and 370.3 yards for the Saints. And passing yards, 275.3 for the Cowboys, 294.3 for the Saints. And rushing yards per game, 105.3 for the Cowboys, 76 yards for the Saints. As Dallas Cowboys don't have Tony Romo due to an injury here. So this could be a close battle throughout the game between the Cowboys and the Saints. All right. Let's take a look at scoring updates here on late games here. First of all, Brian McManus gives the Denver Broncos a 23-20 lead here. We have a $1:51 left in the fourth quarter here on a 39-yard field goal to make it 23-20 in favor of the Broncos here. Arizona Cardinals just got a touchdown in the late one, and they trimmed the St. Louis Rams lead to 2 points at 24-22 here. With 2 minutes left here on a David Johnson 23-yard pass from Carson Palmer as the Rams have a 24-22 lead on the Cardinals here. And the San Diego Chargers just won the game here on a Just won the game on a 34-yard field goal as after a late penalty on the Cleveland Browns as the San Diego Chargers edge out the Cleveland Browns 30-27 and the Green Bay Packers over the San Francisco Giants 17-3. And that is going to be it for the NFL scoreboard for week number 4 on this October 4th, 2015 on a Sunday. Pierce, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Have a good evening.